We're talking about solving inequalities and compound inequalities, and in this case, we want to solve the following compound inequalities and graph the solution set on the number line. Write your answer using interval and set builder notation. So we're going to do practice 11 and 12. So in this case, this one's written a little bit differently than we had in the past. What we want to try to do is get t by itself. And so there's two ways you can do it. You can either simultaneously solve, or you can rewrite each inequality separately. I like to rewrite each inequality separately. So I'm going to say -2 is less than or equal to 3t minus 8. And then I'm going to say 3t minus 8 is less than or equal to 10. So first thing we can do with both cases is we can add 8 to all sides of the inequality. So -2 plus 8 is going to be 6. Bring down the inequality sign, and 3t. And here we have 3t is less than 18. Now we can divide by 3, and then we get 2 is less than or equal to t. Variables on the wrong side, so I'm going to switch these two, so t and 2, and I got to make sure that the open part of the arrow points towards t, and the pointy side goes to 2. Now we have 3t and 18, so I can divide both sides by 3, and then we get t is less than or equal to 6. In this case, if we have a compound inequality written like this, this means and. So it has to be in both. So when we graph it, 2, so t, everything bigger than 2 is part of this solution, and that 2 is included. And everything less than 6 is in this solution. And because it's and, it doesn't have everything drawn over top. It just has the stuff that's included in both. So set builder notation, we start at 2. 2 is included. T is the variable. And then 6 is also included because we have open dots there. Interval notation would be, we start at 2 and we go to 6. And because we have closed dots, I think I said open, but these are closed dots, so that means they're equal to. We have closed dots here. Because we have closed dots, that means both are included. This one, I'm going to solve simultaneously. I wrote it down separately here. This one I'm going to solve at the same time. So I'm going to add 2 to all sides of the inequalities. In this case, we have 12 is less than or equal to 3y is less than 21. Then we can divide all sides of the inequality by 3. And then we get 4 is less than or equal to y is less than 21 or less than 7. In this case, this is a little bit faster than what we did for practice 11, but this one is just a little bit easier for me to keep track of. So either way you want to do it, feel free to do it that way. So y is in the middle. Sometimes we want to think, oh man, which way does that arrow go? Because it gets a little confusing. We can rewrite it just for ourselves. And we can say, okay, y here, 4 here, and then the arrow open side goes to the variable, pointy side goes to the 4. That was just a note for myself just to help me realize how this graph should go. So 4, that is included, and everything bigger than 4, because the arrow is pointing this way, so everything bigger than 4. And then 7 is not included, so we have an open dot at 7, open. Not included, and in this case, it's everything in between. Because if it's written like this, as a compound inequality, that means and. In set builder notation, it's written just like this here. So we have 4 is less than or equal to y is less than 7. And in interval notation, we have 4 and 7. The 4 is included, and the 7 is not included. This dot doesn't look very big, so I'm going to draw it again just to exaggerate that it is definitely an open dot.